Welcome to the Wonder Lab. Today, we journey into the invisible forces that shape everything from the tiniest particles to the vastness of the cosmos. These are quantum fields, gentle rhythms that hum beneath all matter, light, and life. They are not distant mysteries hidden in labs. They are present in every device you touch, every beam of light you see, and even in your own body. In this exploration, we will see how these fields compose the universe's quiet symphony, giving rise to particles, forces, and the very fabric of reality. We will discover that beneath complexity lies elegant order, and that the same principles shaping galaxies also shape you. Let's step beyond the visible, beyond the tangible, and uncover the hidden patterns that make everything possible. The universe is not what it seems at first glance. What appears solid, familiar, and unchanging is in fact a vast, dynamic web of invisible energy. Every object, every living being, and every glimmer of light is a ripple in a deeper, hidden fabrica network of quantum fields, humming quietly beneath the surface of reality. These fields are not confined to laboratories or chalkboards. They exist everywhere, in the air you breathe, the screen you touch, the photons streaming from distant stars. They are subtle yet constant, shaping matter, guiding forces, and orchestrating the behavior of the universe with a precision so refined that the smallest particle follows its rhythm without question. At the heart of this unseen world, particles do not behave as independent objects. They are manifestations of the fields themselves, momentary disturbances in a sea of energy. An electron is not a tiny marble orbiting a nucleus, but a wave-like ripple that can spread, interfere, and respond to other fields in ways that defy classical intuition. The electromagnetic field produces light, the quark fields give matter its structure, and the Higgs field grants mass to many of the universe's fundamental excitations. Each field, in its own way, participates in a quiet symphony that sustains reality. As we observe these phenomena, the apparent contradictions of classical physics begin to dissolve. A particle behaves like a wave, yet appears discrete when measured. It tunnels through barriers, vanishes, or occupies multiple states simultaneously. What once seemed paradoxical becomes a natural consequence of the underlying field structure. Stability emerges not from rigidity, but from continuous interaction, a pattern maintained by the gentle laws of energy and vibration. And these ripples do not act alone. Fields interact with one another, shaping forces and guiding motion. Gravity curves space itself. The strong and weak forces govern the atomic nucleus, and electromagnetism carries light across unimaginable distances. All are aspects of the same fundamental framework, each playing a role in a universe that thrives on coherence rather than chaos. To witness this world is to appreciate a subtle beauty. Every star that glimmers in the night sky, every leaf that trembles in the wind, every heartbeat are expressions of a harmony that stretches from the infinitesimal to the cosmic. These fields are not distant, abstract ideas. They are the quiet, reliable companions of existence, giving rise to the order, structure, and life we often take for granted. In this light, the universe reveals itself not as a machine of rigid parts, but as a living, flowing symphony. It is an intricate performance where even the smallest vibration contributes to the whole. where continuity arises from constant renewal, and where the invisible becomes the foundation of all we can see, asterisk beneath the surface of reality. The fields stretch endlessly, unseen yet profoundly influential. They are the quiet architects of the cosmos, shaping the destiny of matter and energy in ways that are both precise and elegant. Every ripple carries information, every vibration sets the rhythm, and every interaction unfolds according to the deep logic of the universe. Consider light, the most familiar messenger of the cosmos. Its journey is not random. Photons are disturbances in the electromagnetic field, gliding effortlessly through space, carrying energy and information across vast distances. From the sun to a distant planet, from a glowing candle to your own eyes, light connects all things through the invisible scaffolding of fields. It illuminates the world not merely with brightness, but with structure, revealing the forms that matter takes, guiding life, and enabling perception itself. Even matter, which seems so solid and enduring, is a temporary composition of fields interacting in delicate balance. Atoms form when electrons settle into patterns around nuclei, themselves bound by the strong and weak forces. Molecules emerge when these atoms organize, and life takes shape when these molecules arrange into structures capable of self-maintenance and replication. The world as we know it, the air, the water, the soil, and the bodies that walk across it, is a manifestation of countless vibrations interacting in stable harmony. Yet the beauty of fields is not merely their function, but the elegance of their unity. Each particle, each force, each ripple is part of a greater whole. Where classical physics once drew strict lines between matter and energy, waves and particles, the field model dissolves these divisions. An electron behaves like a wave, yet appears particle-like during observation. A photon carries energy without weight. Quarks combine to form the familiar protons and neutrons. These are not exceptions or anomalies. They are the natural outcome of the deeper, interconnected symphony. As we observe these interactions, the universe unfolds a subtle choreography. Gravity curves space to guide planets along their paths. Electromagnetic forces maintain the stability of atoms and molecules, and the weak and strong nuclear forces preserve the integrity of the nucleus. Each field responds to the others, adapting, reshaping, and maintaining balance. Chaos is only apparent. Beneath it lies a remarkable consistency. In this framework, time itself begins to reveal a new character. It is not merely a linear sequence of events, but a dimension intertwined with the energy of fields. The evolution of matter, the decay of particles, the movement of stars are guided by the same underlying principles. Past, present, and future become connected through the dynamic dance of fields. Each moment arising naturally from the one before dot, to witness the universe through the lens of fields, is to see it as a living continuum. Mountains rise and erode, rivers flow, and life pulses, yet all are part of the ongoing vibration of energy. Each phenomenon, no matter how small, is a note in a cosmic composition, carrying forward the harmony that sustains existence. And here, at the edge of perception, emerges a profound realization. The same forces that sustain galaxies and stars sustain the very pattern of your own body. Every heartbeat, every breath, Every thought is an expression of the same principles that govern distant worlds. You are, in every sense, woven from the fabric of the universe, a temporary, luminous pattern that has emerged from a timeless symphony of fields. As we delve deeper, the invisible framework of fields begins to reveal its most subtle truths. It is not merely a mechanism for particles to exist, but a canvas upon which the universe paints its patterns. Every interaction, every vibration, is both unique and part of a larger coherence. The stability of matter, the flow of energy, the emergence of life all depend on the delicate orchestration of these fields, each responding to the other with an inherent, almost poetic precision. The electron, for instance, is far more than a tiny dot of matter. It is a persistent ripple in its field, capable of traveling across space, influencing its surroundings, and interacting with countless other ripples in ways that create the very structure of atoms. The photon, a carrier of light, is no different. It is a message in a bottle, an excitation of the electromagnetic field that journeys through the cosmos, carrying the information and energy that allows stars to shine and life to perceive them. Even the strong and weak nuclear forces, confined to the heart of atoms, participate in this grand symphony. They orchestrate the cohesion of nuclei, govern radioactive decay, and maintain the stability necessary for chemistry and, ultimately, biology to emerge. Without them, the universe would be a formless expanse, devoid of the structures that give rise to planets, oceans, and the beating heart of living creatures. The Higgs field, too, plays a silent but essential role. It imparts mass anchoring excitations in other fields to a tangible form. In this way, what might appear as empty space is anything but. It is a stage upon which the drama of existence unfolds. Particles are not isolated entities. They are emergent phenomena arising from the ripples and interactions of deeper, pervasive fields. Through this lens, waves and particles cease to be paradoxical. The electron's dual nature is no longer a mystery but a reflection of its field origin, a continuous vibration that manifests in quantized interactions when observed. Photons move freely, yet interact discreetly. Quarks, confined yet essential, combine to form the familiar constituents of matter. Each seeming contradiction dissolves into the unity of the field perspective. Time, too, is seen anew. It is no longer merely a measure of change, but a property arising from the unfolding patterns of energy. The past persists as residual vibrations, the present as ongoing interactions, and the future as the natural evolution of these fields. In this continuity, there is no abrupt creation or destruction, only transformation, renewal, and harmony. Life itself is a testament to the power of these underlying patterns. Every cell, every molecule, every neuron in the brain is a manifestation of field interactions maintained in dynamic equilibrium. The body is a temporary arrangement, yet it persists, renews, and adapts, not through fixed solidity, but through the continuous choreography of fields. Your own identity emerges from this flow, a pattern held together by the quiet consistency of the universe and beyond the individual. This principle scales outward. Planets orbit stars not because they are pushed along invisible paths, but because the gravitational field curves space, guiding motion in a seamless, continuous flow. Light travels along paths dictated by fields, revealing the structure of galaxies, nebulae, and the cosmic web that threads the universe together. The same laws that allow your body to maintain form also allow the cosmos to unfold with breathtaking coherence. Observing these principles, the universe becomes a living symphony. Each field contributes its melody, its rhythm, its resonance. Some notes are subtle, almost imperceptible, others bold, sweeping across vast distances. Together, they weave a composition that is neither chaotic nor forced, but natural and inevitable, a demonstration of order emerging from simplicity. In this framework, even the smallest phenomena carry significance. A flicker of light, a quiver of a molecule, the pulse of a heartbeat all are expressions of the deeper patterns of the cosmos. Nothing is random. Every ripple, every vibration is part of a network of interactions that sustains the universe. To witness this is to see the cosmos not as a collection of disconnected events, but as a unified living, an endlessly intricate whole. Asterisk, as the universe unfolds, the fields reveal their profound interconnectedness. Nothing exists in isolation. Each ripple in a field resonates with countless others, creating networks of influence that stretch across space and time. Atoms, molecules, cells, stars, and galaxies are not separate entities. They are manifestations of the same underlying symphony, different expressions of a unified pattern. Consider light itself. The photons that illuminate a forest at dawn, that reflect from the surface of a tranquil lake, or that travel from distant galaxies across billions of years, are all vibrations in the electromagnetic field. They carry with them the story of their origin, yet they are shaped by every interaction along their journey. Light becomes not merely a messenger, but a record of the universe's ongoing dialogue, a bridge connecting distant regions of space and time. The structure of matter, too, is a reflection of the subtle dance of fields. Electrons orbit nuclei not because of invisible ropes or mechanical forces, but because the fields guiding them settle into stable configurations that allow such patterns to persist. Quarks combine within protons and neutrons, held together by the strong field, forming the nuclei around which atoms assemble. The rules governing these interactions are neither arbitrary nor imposed. They emerge naturally from the properties of the fields themselves. Even what we perceive as empty space is teeming with activity. The vacuum is alive with fluctuating fields, restless with the potential for particles to appear and vanish, for forces to act, for energy to ripple across the cosmos. What seems silent is in fact full of possibility, a canvas upon which the universe continuously paints its forms. And yet, despite this complexity, there is an elegance in the laws that govern these fields. Simple principles give rise to astonishing variety. Symmetry guides interactions, shaping which combinations are possible and which are forbidden. Conservation rules preserve energy, momentum, and charge, ensuring that the universe remains coherent over vast spans of time. What once appeared chaotic now takes on a serene order, a testament to the subtle intelligence inherent in the framework of fields. Life, when seen through this lens, becomes a remarkable phenomenon, a particularly intricate arrangement of fields that sustains itself against the currents of change. Cells draw on energy to maintain their structure. Molecules assemble and disassemble in complex choreography, and neural networks in the brain create the tapestry of consciousness. Yet, at its core, life is not exceptional. It is an extension of the same rules that govern the stars, the oceans, and the molecules of a leaf. From this perspective, the universe is neither a machine nor a random scatter of events. It is a living, breathing composition where each field plays its part with quiet consistency. Gravitational fields curve the fabric of space, guiding the motion of planets and stars. Electromagnetic fields illuminate and energize the cosmos. The Higgs field provides mass, grounding the forms that emerge. Even the strong and weak nuclear fields orchestrate the subtle internal dynamics that stabilize matter and everywhere. These fields overlap and interact. A star's birth, a raindrop forming, a bird taking flight, and your own heartbeats all arise from the same underlying principles. Patterns emerge from interactions, and complexity flows naturally from simplicity. This deep coherence allows the universe to evolve, adapt, and maintain stability simultaneously. Observing this, one begins to appreciate the universe not as a collection of objects, but as a continuous performance. Each field contributes its voice, each ripple its note, each vibration its cadence. The melodies of atoms combine with the rhythms of galaxies, forming a cosmic symphony that plays without pause, without conductor, yet with perfect harmony. To witness this is to see that stability is not built on rigidity, but on the ongoing interplay of forces and fields. Matter persists not because it is fixed, but because the underlying fields maintain patterns that endure. Life persists not because it resists change, but because it adapts within the constraints and opportunities presented by fields. And consciousness itself, your thoughts, your awareness, your sense of self is an emergent rhythm, a pattern sustained by the same quiet principles that guide the universe. Every glance at the night sky, every observation of the natural world becomes a reminder of the harmony underlying existence. The ripple of a photon, the curve of a star's orbit, the stability of an atom, and the flow of your own breath are all threads in the same tapestry. The universe is coherent because it is built on a foundation of calm, persistent fields that interact in predictable, beautiful ways. And so, as we continue to explore, the realization dawns. The vast complexity of the cosmos is a natural extension of simplicity. The universe does not need chaos to be magnificent. Its elegance is woven from quiet principles, a symphony of fields that create everything from quarks to galaxies, from stars to consciousness. As the cosmic symphony continues, the subtle interplay of fields begins to reveal patterns of astonishing intricacy. Every particle, every atom, every molecule emerges not as an isolated entity, but as a consequence of interactions that stretch across space and time. The universe, in this light, is a vast network of relationships, woven together by the silent, persistent rhythm of fields. Consider a tree standing in a forest. Its leaves absorb sunlight, converting photons into the energy that drives life. Its roots navigate the soil, sensing nutrients and moisture, guided by chemical gradients and electromagnetic cues. Every cell within that tree is an orchestration of quantum fields, each one vibrating and interacting in precise harmony. The water traveling from root to leaf, the sugars circulating through veins, the pattern of growth sculpting the trunk and branches all arise from the underlying framework of matter and energy shaped by fields, and yet these processes are not unique to a tree. The same principles animate every living organism, every system, every structure, birds in flight, the flow of rivers, the patterns of clouds across the sky. The delicate balance of an ecosystem all are expressions of the same foundational patterns. The fields do not distinguish between stars and cells, rivers and neurons. They simply follow their intrinsic rules, producing complexity wherever conditions allow. In this way, life becomes a reflection of the universe itself. Cells maintain themselves, molecules assemble and disassemble, and neural networks form and reform in a continual dance, orchestrated by the underlying fields. Stability arises not from rigidity, but from flexibility. Patterns endure not because the individual components remain fixed, but because the overall arrangement is self-maintaining, capable of adaptation, and resilient in the face of change. Human consciousness, too, emerges from this intricate web. Thoughts, memories, emotions, they are the manifestations of fields interacting within the neural networks of the brain. Each sensation, each perception, each fleeting insight is a ripple, a pattern maintained by the ongoing choreography of quantum and electromagnetic interactions. In this view, the mind is not a static container, but a dynamic performance, a melody sustained by countless vibrating threads of reality. Even the simplest act, breathing, connects us to the universe at large. Oxygen molecules, once part of distant stars, enter our lungs and are transported through our bloodstream, participating in chemical reactions that sustain life. Each heartbeat, each neural signal, each movement is a testament to the coherence of fields, a quiet demonstration that the universe has an inherent capacity for order and harmony. The elegance of this framework is revealed when we look at the laws that govern these interactions. Symmetries, conservation principles, and the intrinsic properties of fields give rise to stability, continuity, and predictability. From the formation of atoms in the earliest moments after the Big Bang to the development of complex life billions of years later, the same underlying rules have guided the unfolding of the cosmos, and yet there is freedom within this order. Patterns can emerge, evolve, and transform. Stars ignite, planets form, ecosystems flourish, and consciousness awakens all because the fields allow room for variation, for adaptation, for novelty. The universe is not rigid. It is flexible, responsive, and creative. Complexity is not imposed from above. It arises naturally from the intrinsic behavior of fields. In observing this, one realizes that the distinction between life and the cosmos is, in some sense, an illusion. You are not separate from the world around you. The fields that vibrate within you also ripple through the stars, the oceans, the air, and the soil. Your body, your mind, your presence, they are part of the ongoing symphony of fields, a temporary but meaningful arrangement in a vast, interconnected web. This perspective offers a profound sense of connection. Every action, every thought, every heartbeat resonates with the universe at large. Each of us is a node in the cosmic network, an expression of the same rules that govern galaxies and atoms alike. In this way, existence is not a collection of isolated events. but a continuous flow, a melody that rises and falls, composed by the intrinsic logic of the fields themselves. Even the passage of time takes on new meaning. Moments are not simply measured by the ticking of a clock, but by the evolution of patterns within the fields. Memories, growth, change, and decay are all expressions of the universe maintaining itself. A grand performance unfolding across scales and epoch. Time, like matter and energy, emerges from the rhythm of fields interacting, creating a coherent narrative that links past, present, and future. As you reflect on this, it becomes clear that life is both fragile and resilient, temporary and enduring. Your existence, like every other pattern in the universe, is a fleeting arrangement sustained by the subtle dance of fields. Yet within this temporality lies a kind of permanence, the continuity of pattern, the persistence of coherence, the unfolding of complexity from simplicity. The universe, once perceived as distant and impersonal, begins to feel intimate and familiar. The same fields that govern the stars shape the neurons in your brain. The same forces that curve the paths of galaxies orchestrate the chemistry in your cells. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are an expression of it, a living, resonant part of the ongoing composition. And so, as Part 5 comes to a close, one begins to sense the unity underlying all things. Complexity and order, individuality and interconnectedness, impermanence and continuity arise from the silent, persistent symphony of fields. Every ripple, every vibration, every interaction contributes to the vast, ongoing melody of existence. In understanding this, we find not only knowledge but perspective, not only insight but a quiet appreciation for the elegance and grace of the universe itself. As the universe hums quietly beneath the surface of reality, the story of quantum fields begins to take on a new dimension, one that touches not only the cosmos, but also the intimate rhythms of our daily existence. These fields, subtle and pervasive, are not confined to distant laboratories or abstract equations. They are present in every heartbeat, in every breath, in every thought that flickers across the mind. Consider your own body. At first glance, it appears as a solid, tangible object, a familiar form that moves through the world with intention. Yet beneath this apparent stability lies a dynamic pattern of energy and matter, orchestrated by fields vibrating in perfect coordination. Every cell is an ensemble of molecules, every molecule a chorus of atoms, each atom itself a manifestation of underlying fields. Electrons, quarks, photons, these are not just components. They are ripples, the subtle language in which the universe writes itself. Life emerges as a story written in this language. Patterns form, persist, adapt, and dissolve, giving rise to the astonishing continuity we recognize as living experience. Your thoughts, emotions, and memories are not stored in some fixed vault, but are the living resonance of fields interacting in precise yet fluid ways. Neurons communicate through waves of electrical activity, themselves guided by electromagnetic interactions that reach deep into the quantum foundation of reality. In this sense, consciousness is a symphony of vibrations, a delicate pattern of stability maintained within a constantly shifting environment. And yet, this constant motion does not equate to chaos. The fields possess an intrinsic logic, a gentle order that allows complex structures to arise naturally. Atoms coalesced into molecules, molecules into cells, cells into organs, and organs into entire organisms, all because the underlying vibrations of the fields favor stability under the right conditions. Life, then, is the universe discovering itself pattern by pattern. Through the medium of fields, your body is also a story of renewal. Every breath you take introduces molecules that once traveled across stars, oceans, and forests, each participating briefly in the pattern that is you. Cells die and regenerate. Neurons form and prune connections. Molecules are constantly replaced. And yet, through all this impermanence, the continuity of your existence persists. You are not a fixed object, but a process, a melody played across time, sustained by the harmonious interactions of fields, even the forces that shape your physical interactions, the push of your feet against the floor, the lift of a cup, the warmth of sunlight on your skin are manifestations of field interactions. Gravity curves space, guiding planets and stars. Electromagnetic forces enable chemistry, movement, and light. Strong and weak nuclear interactions hold the cores of atoms together. Each field, in its quiet way, sustains the architecture of reality and allows life to flourish. This awareness reshapes our understanding of identity. You are not merely a collection of parts, not merely a body or a mind. You are the ongoing expression of the universe's capacity to form stable, self-maintaining patterns. Your individuality is not rooted in static components, but in the arrangement and rhythm of fields that persist, adapt, and resonate uniquely in your presence. Your essence is processual, fluid, alive, but the recognition of this interconnectedness brings a profound sense of perspective. The same fields vibrating within you ripple through the person beside you, through the trees outside, and across the vast reaches of space. Your thoughts, your pulse, your breath, they are threads woven into the greater fabric of reality. The boundaries that appear so solid in everyday life, the separation between self and other, between life and cosmos, begin to soften. You are simultaneously distinct and inseparable from the universe itself. There is also a quiet resilience in this understanding. Change is not a threat, but a constant companion, an inherent property of the patterns that sustain life. Cells adapt, neural pathways evolve, ecosystems respond to shifting conditions. Your capacity to grow, learn, and heal is not an anomaly, but a natural outcome of being constructed from fields whose stability arises through continuous self-maintenance. Life thrives not in spite of change, but because of it. As the narrative unfolds, the universe begins to feel less like a distant machine and more like an intimate, living process. A candle flickers, a river flows, the wind stirs the branches, and your heartbeat continues, all governed by the same principles, all arising from the interactions of fields obeying their intrinsic logic. Complexity, harmony, and continuity emerge from simplicity. There is no magic, no exception. Only the quiet persistence of patterns unfolding naturally across scales. And yet, for all its elegance, this perspective is not merely intellectual. It carries an emotional depth. Recognizing that your life is an emergent expression of universal patterns fosters humility, wonder, and gratitude. The universe is not indifferent. It is a symphony of order and resonance in which you are an active note, a fleeting yet meaningful vibration that contributes to the unfolding melody. Even the mind, with its rich landscape of thoughts and sensations, is part of this composition. Mental activity is a ripple of electrical, chemical, and quantum processes, guided by the same principles that shape matter in stars. Memories form as connections strengthen, perceptions emerge as fields interact, and awareness persists as patterns maintain themselves. Consciousness is not a separate layer imposed upon reality. It is a natural consequence of the harmony embedded in fields. As night falls and the pace of life slows, you can sense this harmony quietly surrounding you. The rhythm of your breath, the beating of your heart, the flickering of thoughts, they all reflect the same logic that governs the cosmos. Each exhalation, each pulse, is a testament to the stability and coherence that fields provide. And in this recognition, there is a gentle reassurance. The universe, in all its vast complexity, is built upon foundations that endure, persist, and harmonize. Through this lens, you may find comfort. Your life, your body, your mind all are patterns in a vast, interconnected tapestry. Your presence matters not only because of what you do, but because your very existence is an expression of the universe's inherent capacity to sustain order, form, and beauty. You are part of a continuous, self-maintaining flow, a resonance that has persisted since the dawn of time and will continue to echo in its own way. Far beyond your individual existence, the fields that ripple within you are the same fields that shape distant galaxies, guide the chemistry of stars, and enable the subtle processes of life on Earth. Your story, though temporary, is a reflection of the timeless principles that govern the cosmos. You are a living, breathing manifestation of harmony, coherence, and resilience. And so, as Part 6 draws to a close, you are invited to linger in this quiet understanding, to recognize the fields that shape you, to feel the subtle connections linking all things, and to rest in the knowledge that, for now, you are part of a vast, enduring, and elegant pattern that transcends individuality. You are, in essence, a sustained vibration in the cosmic musical note in the symphony that has been playing since the beginning of time. As the cosmos unfolds, the quiet music of fields continues its intricate performance. Every particle, every atom, every ripple in space is part of a continuous conversation that stretches from the earliest moments of the universe to this very instant. The universe is not merely a collection of objects. It is an ongoing process, a living network of vibrations interweaving across space and time at the human scale. This hidden orchestration manifests in ways both subtle and profound. The cells in your body do not simply exist, they communicate, adapt, and synchronize. Waves of electrical and chemical signals pulse through your neural networks, guided by the same physical principles that govern the interactions of particles in distant stars. Each thought, each emotion, each fleeting perception is a reflection of this deeper rhythm. Consciousness itself arises not from isolated components, but from the harmonious interplay of fields sustaining patterns. Over time, the continuity of life depends on balance. Just as a symphony requires every instrument to play in harmony, the universe relies on the delicate equilibrium of its fields. Too much or too little in any part of this network, and structures collapse. Stars fail to ignite. Planets never form. Molecules disintegrate. And yet, here we are, breathing, thinking, feeling, thriving, in the narrow window where these forces converge to produce complexity. Every moment of existence is a testament to the resilience and precision of these cosmic patterns. Your body is a microcosm of this balance. Heartbeats, nerve impulses, and cellular processes all emerge from the orchestrated interactions of quantum fields. Every breath brings molecules that once coursed through oceans, skies, and galaxies. Each of these elements joins a living pattern that maintains itself through constant renewal. You are not fixed. You are a dynamic melody that persists even as its notes continuously change. The patterns of life extend beyond the individual. Communities, ecosystems, and civilizations emerge as larger-scale expressions of the same principles. Just as fields guide atoms into stable configurations, they guide societies into networks of interdependence, adaptation, and flow. Ideas spread, cultures evolve, and relationships form as expressions of patterns interacting and resonating with one another. In this sense, humanity itself is a reflection of cosmic harmony, a temporary but vital arrangement of energy and matter that echoes the rhythms of the universe. Even the passage of time is shaped by these fields. Time is not an independent entity marching forward. It is woven into the structure of the universe, inseparable from the dynamics of the fields that fill space. The rhythm of your heart, the cycles of the seasons, the rotation of planets, and the life of stars all. These are manifestations of the universe's intrinsic timing. Each tick and tock, each ebb and flow, is a note in the cosmic composition. When you look beyond yourself, the interconnectedness becomes even more striking. The same fields that sustain your body ripple through every living organism, every planet, and every distant galaxy. The sunlight warming your skin today is a product of nuclear reactions that began billions of years ago in stars far away. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of those stars, carried across space and time, and integrated into your living pattern. You are, quite literally, composed of the universe, shaped by its rhythms, and connected to its history. This understanding transforms perception. Ordinary events, rain falling, leaves rustling, waves breaking on a shore, become part of a larger narrative. Every motion, every vibration, every interaction is a note in the endless symphony of existence. The universe is alive, not in a mystical sense, but in a precise, structured, and deeply coherent way. Order emerges naturally, effortlessly, from the interplay of fields, forming the structures that sustain complexity and life. There is a profound reassurance in this perspective. Change is not something to fear. It is the natural language of the cosmos. Atoms flow, cells renew, experiences accumulate, and yet patterns endure. Life, consciousness, and even identity are processes sustained through adaptation, resilience, and self-maintenance. You are not a passive observer. You are an active participant in a universe that has been continuously shaping patterns for billions of years. Consider the mind. Thoughts are fleeting, yet they follow recognizable rhythms shaped by memory, learning, and perception. Neural circuits strengthen, fade, and reconfigure, maintaining patterns that define who you are. Emotions ripple across this dynamic architecture, sometimes fleeting, sometimes persistent, always arising from the underlying fields that sustain your body and mind. Consciousness is the melody of these processes, a reflection of the same harmonious principles that structure matter across the cosmos. The elegance of fields lies in their simplicity. They do not need external scaffolding or arbitrary rules. Their vibrations give rise to particles, their interactions produce forces, and together they shape the architecture of space, time, and matter. The universe is coherent because it is built from a single set of principles, applied across every scale from the subatomic to the galactic. In this coherence, there is beauty, there is stability, and there is continuity. And yet, the story is not static. Fields interact in subtle ways, producing emergent phenomena that were unimaginable in the absence of complexity. Life, consciousness, and culture all arise as consequences of patterns interacting across scales. Each individual, each thought, each choice, each action is a note in this grand, ever-unfolding composition. Your presence matters, not because it is isolated, but because it resonates within this larger harmony, as Part 7 concludes. There is an invitation to pause, to feel the gentle rhythm of life and existence. The universe, with its vast fields and subtle vibrations, is not distant. It is close, intimate, present in every pulse, every breath, every thought. You are woven into this intricate tapestry, a participant in the ongoing symphony of creation. And in recognizing this, you may begin to sense a quiet connection, not just to the world around you, but to the very foundations of reality itself. The universe is a delicate web of interwoven rhythms. In every corner of space, from the smallest quantum field to the vast swirl of galaxies, patterns emerge, persist, and evolve. These are not random. They are the natural consequence of fields interacting with one another, forming harmonies that guide the unfolding of reality. Each interaction is subtle yet profound, shaping matter, energy, and even the flow of time itself. At the level of life, these principles reveal themselves in astonishing detail. The cells that sustain your body perform a choreography of precision. Proteins fold into exact shapes, chemical reactions cascade in orderly sequences, and electrical signals pulse through neural networks. None of this is arbitrary. It follows the natural inclinations of fields to settle into stable configurations, creating the patterns that allow life to persist. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought is an echo of this deep, underlying rhythm. But the patterns of the universe are not merely physical, they are deeply temporal. The past, present, and future are bound together by the ongoing vibrations of field. Time is the tapestry upon which the dance of matter is painted, inseparable from the dynamics of the fields themselves. Every moment is a continuation of what came before, a bridge to what will be. Your life, in its subtle complexity, is part of this continuity. You are a pattern that unfolds across time, simultaneously shaped by history and contributing to the future. Look outward, and the same principles resonate on the cosmic scale. Galaxies spin, stars ignite, and planets coalesce because of chance. But because the fields that structure space guide these events with precision. Gravity bends the paths of stars. Electromagnetic forces carry light across unfathomable distances. and quantum interactions stabilize the building blocks of matter. The universe is not chaotic. It is coherent, its complexity emerging naturally from the interplay of fundamental rhythms. Even the processes that seem violent or unpredictable are part of this order. A supernova may appear catastrophic, yet it is the natural expression of energy and matter seeking balance. The collapse of a star releases elements that will one day form planets, life, and perhaps even consciousness. Each explosion, each cosmic event, contributes to the grand composition, a perpetual cycle of creation, transformation, and renewal. At the human scale, understanding this brings a quiet clarity. Your body, your mind, your experiences are manifestations of these same patterns. You are built from atoms forged in ancient stars, organized by the principles of fields, and sustained by rhythms that have persisted for billions of years. Change is not an interruption. It is the language through which your pattern persists. Cells die and are replaced. Thoughts evolve. And yet, the essence of your presence, the arrangement of energy and matter, that is you, continues to flow. Consider consciousness. It arises not from a single point or object, but from countless interactions and patterns sustained over time. Neurons fire, circuits strengthen and fade, and signals ripple through networks of fields. Each moment of awareness is a manifestation of harmony, a reflection of the universe's intrinsic capacity to create order from complexity. Your thoughts are part of the cosmic symphony, resonating with the same vibrations that have shaped atoms, stars, and galaxies. The beauty of this perspective is its intimacy. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are its ongoing expression. The same laws, the same fields, the same rhythms that allow stars to shine and galaxies to rotate also sustain your heartbeat, your breath, your awareness. Life, in all its complexity, is an emergent phenomenon arising from simple, elegant foundations. In this light, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. A tree, a candle flame, a flowing river, all are reflections of the same universal principles that shape you. Yet within this grandeur, there is space for individuality. Each pattern is unique, shaped by its own history, environment, and interactions. No two lives are the same. No two stars follow identical paths. Complexity arises from repetition with variation, from stability intertwined with change. Your existence is a melody distinct from all others, yet inseparable from the larger composition. In observing these patterns, one begins to sense the subtle harmony that underlies reality. Forces do not clash arbitrarily. They interact with purpose, producing stability and structure. Matter does not collapse randomly. It forms shapes that endure. Life does not arise by chance alone. It is the natural consequence of fields seeking order. The universe, in its essence, is a continuous negotiation between possibility and constraint, between motion and stability, between change and persistence. As Part 8 draws to a close, the rhythm of the cosmos becomes almost tangible. You may begin to notice it in your own breath, the gentle pulsing of your heart, the quiet steadiness of thought. Fields ripple around you, within you, carrying the wisdom of billions of years. You are simultaneously a participant in, and a reflection of, the ongoing symphony of existence. And in that recognition, there is a quiet reassurance that even as life changes, as stars are born and die, as galaxies collide and reform, there is a persistent coherence. Patterns endure, vibrations resonate, and the fundamental structures of reality remain steadfast. You are part of this harmony, a living note in the ongoing composition of the universe, carrying forward the legacy of fields that have been vibrating since the dawn of time. The universe, vast and intricate, hums with patterns that span from the smallest quantum ripple to the grand sweep of galaxies. Each moment in the cosmos is a testament to the subtle choreography of fields, interacting in ways both precise and elegant. These rhythms, unseen yet unerring, guide the formation of matter, the propagation of light, and the emergence of life. They are the silent architects of reality, shaping existence without fanfare, yet leaving traces of their structure in every corner of space at the scale of living beings. These rhythms manifest in astonishingly delicate ways. Your body is a living orchestration of energy and matter, each cell a tiny ecosystem sustained by the quiet logic of fields. Proteins fold, enzymes catalyze, and neurons fire, governed by patterns established billions of years ago in the same quantum fields that sculpt stars and galaxies. Every heartbeat, every thought, every breath is part of a continuum, a reflection of the deep coherence of the universe. Human consciousness itself arises as a remarkable expression of these underlying principles. It is not located in a single place nor reducible to discrete parts. Awareness emerges from the intricate network of interactions within the brain, sustained by electrical signals, chemical exchanges, and subtle quantum effects. Each thought is a ripple in the pattern of your existence, a temporary resonance in the ongoing symphony of fields that shape your body and mind. You are, in this sense, a process rather than an object, continuous pattern evolving over time, yet coherent and recognizable as you. Yet your individuality is inseparable from the wider cosmic fabric. You are composed of atoms forged in ancient stars, molecules assembled through the delicate balance of electromagnetic and nuclear forces, and fields that predate your existence. In each moment, you are both unique and part of the larger story of the universe. The boundaries that seem so solid between you and the world, between life and matter, between self and other, begin to soften when viewed through the lens of fields. All existence is interconnected, a flowing tapestry of energy and patterns stretching across space and time. Consider the flow of energy in the cosmos. Light traveling across billions of light, bending around massive objects, gravity curving space, quantum fluctuations giving rise to particles. These processes, immense in scale and subtle in execution, mirror the activity within you. Your thoughts, your movements, your feelings all resonate with the same principles that guide stars and galaxies. The universe is a single coherent system, and consciousness is one of its more intricate harmonies, emerging naturally from the interplay of fields and patterns. This perspective brings a profound sense of intimacy. The same forces that allow planets to orbit stars, that enable light to traverse the cosmos, also sustain your body, your awareness, your capacity to act and reflect. Life is not an anomaly imposed upon an indifferent universe. It is a natural outcome of the structures and rhythms that permeate reality. The extraordinary complexity of a living organism arises not from random chance, but from the persistent tendencies of fields to form stable, self-organizing patterns. Even change, which seems so relentless and unpredictable, becomes part of this coherence. Cells die and are replaced. Thoughts shift, and experiences flow continuously. Yet the pattern of life persists. You are not diminished by, rather, your identity is defined by the capacity to endure through transformation. Like a river, you flow, maintaining continuity even as individual components move and evolve. Stability emerges not from static parts, but from ongoing processes, from patterns that renew themselves while remaining recognizably the same. The cosmic story is written in layers of interaction. Stars are born and die, elements are forged and scattered, and planets coalesce, all through the ongoing dance of fields. Life emerges, evolves, and adapts within this framework. Each event is connected to countless others, forming an intricate web of cause and effect, resonance and response. The universe is not chaotic. It is coherent, and this coherence allows for complexity, creativity, and consciousness to flourish. At the human scale, understanding this can be deeply grounding. Your presence, your awareness, your thoughts are part of the same continuum that governs the cosmos. You are a living pattern sustained by forces that have persisted for billions of years, a temporary configuration of energy and matter, yet one capable of reflecting upon itself, aware of its own existence. This realization blurs the boundary between observer and universe, self and cosmos. The beauty of this vision lies not only in understanding, but in the intimacy it offers. It suggests that nothing you do, feel, or experience is separate from the larger fabric of reality. Your joys, sorrows, and choices ripple outward, interacting with the same principles that shape galaxies and subatomic particles. Each action is a note in the symphony, each thought a vibration in the ongoing composition of existence. As Part 9 unfolds, it becomes clear that the universe is both vast and familiar, complex yet approachable. The patterns that govern stars and galaxies resonate within your body and mind. You are a participant in the cosmic dance, a unique expression of the same deep rhythms that have shaped matter since the beginning of time. Consciousness, life, and awareness are not anomalies. They are emergent reflections of a universe predisposed toward structure, coherence, and harmony. And in recognizing this, a profound serenity emerges. The seemingly separate domains of mind, body, and cosmos merge into a single coherent vision. You are a fleeting yet meaningful pattern, temporary but inseparable from the eternal symphony of fields. This understanding offers both awe and reassurance that even amid change and uncertainty, you are an integral note in the ongoing music of the universe. As we arrive at the final part of this journey, the universe appears not as a chaotic expanse, but as an intricate network of calm, resonating patterns. Quantum fields ripple silently through space, their subtle vibrations shaping every corner of reality, from the tiniest atom to the farthest star. These fields form the scaffolding of existence, the invisible architecture upon which matter, energy, and life unfold. They are patient and enduring, guiding creation without force, sustaining order without visible hands. Within this vast framework, Life emerges as an extraordinary expression of the universe's inherent coherence. Your body, your mind, your consciousness all arise from the same principles that orchestrate galaxies and guide the flow of light. Each breath, each heartbeat, each thought is a reflection of the quiet, underlying rhythm that permeates space. You are both ephemeral and eternal, a temporary configuration of matter and energy, yet inseparable from the timeless currents of the cosmos. Your existence is a pattern, continually maintained through processes that renew and sustain it. Cells divide, molecules recombine, and energy flows, yet the arrangement remains coherent. Like a melody played on a timeless instrument, you persist not because individual notes endure, but because the pattern continues to resonate. The universe, in its infinite patience, has provided the conditions for such complexity to flourish. In understanding this, we find both humility and awe that the very same forces shaping distant galaxies are at work in shaping the pattern that is you. The beauty of the cosmic order is revealed in its subtlety. Fields interact gently, yet precisely, forming stable arrangements that allow matter to coalesce, light to travel, and life to emerge. Every star's birth and death, every atomic interaction, every thought that flickers across your mind is part of this harmonious interplay. Nothing is separate. Nothing is isolated. Each ripple of energy is connected, part of a continuous symphony that has played since the dawn of time, and yet, within this continuity, there is room for uniqueness. Your pattern, the arrangement that constitutes your consciousness, your memories, and your experiences, exists in a configuration that has never occurred before and will never occur again. You are singular, a fleeting melody in a universal composition. This realization is not merely scientific, it is profoundly poetic. It offers a sense of belonging, a recognition that your life, ephemeral as it may be, is inseparable from the vast unfolding of reality. Change, once so feared, is understood anew. The impermanence of cells, thoughts, and experiences does not diminish you. It defines the beauty of your existence. You persist through transformation, maintaining coherence amidst flux. Like a river that flows, a flame that dances, or a melody that evolves. Your identity is fluid yet continuous, resilient yet delicate. The universe has shaped you not to resist change, but to thrive within it. Beyond the personal, this understanding illuminates our place in the cosmos. The same fields that give rise to life also guide the evolution of stars, the motion of galaxies, and the unfolding of space and time itself. Everything is interwoven. Consciousness is not apart from the universe. It is an emergent expression of its deeper pattern. Every thought you have, every choice you make, resonates within a larger structure, participating in the ongoing composition of existence. As we reflect on this, a quiet wonder emerges. The cosmos is not simply a backdrop for life, it is the framework that makes life possible. It is a symphony, a network of vibrations, a pattern of immense complexity and astonishing elegance. Understanding this brings perspective. Your concerns, your triumphs, your moments of quiet reflection, all unfold within a universe that has been orchestrating order from simplicity since time began. And in this reflection lies a profound reassurance. Even amid chaos, uncertainty, and change, the foundations remain. The fields that form reality are steady, reliable, and harmonious. They sustain the dance of matter, energy, and consciousness. They provide a structure in which complexity can emerge and patterns can persist. You, too, are sustained by these principles. Participating in the cosmos not as a passive observer, but as an active, living pattern within its eternal rhythm. As the journey concludes, let your awareness expand. Feel the subtle resonance of the universe around you. Recognize that the same fields vibrating through distant galaxies are vibrating through you. Each thought, each breath, each heartbeat is a continuation of a pattern that stretches back to the birth of stars, back to the earliest oscillations of quantum fields, back to the very foundation of reality. You are both temporal and eternal, singular yet inseparable from the universal flow. In the quiet, notice the harmony. The universe does not demand your attention. It does not need your interference. It simply exists, unfolding according to principles that are calm, precise, and beautiful. And within that quiet order, you exist too. For the rest of your life, in each fleeting moment, you will continue to resonate with these patterns. Every step you take, every thought you have, every breath you draw is a ripple in the same eternal fabric that supports galaxies, stars, and atoms alike. Let this understanding settle softly. There is nothing left to chase, nothing left to prove. The universe continues its symphony, and you continue your melody within it. Coherent, intricate, fleeting, yet eternal in its resonance. You are a vibration of the cosmos, a pattern of its underlying fields, a witness to its quiet beauty. And in that, there is a calm, enduring peace, a reminder that even in impermanence, you are part of something infinite, coherent, and profoundly alive. Asterisk, as our journey through the hidden structure of reality comes to a close, we pause to reflect on the patterns that have quietly guided us from the smallest vibrations to the vast expanses of the cosmos. What began as a story of invisible fields and subtle ripples has unfolded into a deeper understanding of connection, coherence, and the elegance underlying everything we see and touch. Quantum fields, once abstract, now appear as the gentle foundation of all existence. They ripple through space and time, giving rise to matter, shaping energy, guiding life, and orchestrating the universe with a quiet, precise grace. Every atom, every molecule, every star and galaxy emerges from these fields. And yet, they do so without force or demand, simply by following the natural rules of harmony that have persisted since the dawn of time. And here, in this same rhythm, your own life resonates. You are not a static object, but a living patina, melody composed of countless interactions, a dynamic arrangement of matter and energy that persists through change. Your heartbeat, your breath, your thoughts all are ripples in the cosmic fabric, echoes of the same principles that orchestrate the dance of galaxies. You exist not apart from the universe, but as an intimate expression of it. This understanding offers more than knowledge. It offers perspective, comfort, and awe. It reminds us that even amidst uncertainty, chaos, or impermanence, there is an enduring order. Change is not an adversary. It is the medium through which your pattern continues, reshapes, and thrives. Life is not fragile. It is resilient, sustained by rhythms older than time itself. As you move forward from this exploration, let this awareness settle gently. Let it remind you that your existence, fleeting though it may seem, is part of a vast, timeless symphony. You are a ripple in the fields, a note in the universe's composition, a witness and participant in a cosmic dance that continues regardless of distance, time, or circumstance. So breathe deeply and feel the quiet hum of the universe within you. The fields that shaped the stars shape your body and mind. The same invisible harmony that guides galaxies also sustains your presence here, now. There is nothing separate, nothing isolated. Everything is part of the same unfolding pattern. The same gentle logic that underpins existence itself. Thank you for joining this journey through the hidden layers of reality, from the tiniest ripples to the vast orchestration of the cosmos. Remember, you are not merely observing the universe, you are living within it, shaped by it, and continuously contributing to its unfolding story. And as the world around you continues its quiet, elegant rhythm, may you carry this sense of wonder, connection, and calm into every moment. The universe has always been, and always will be, a place of patterns, harmony, and beauty. And now, so are you.